I want to talk briefly about your professional career. I know a lot of your former teammates and a lot of guys from those teams obviously played in the league. But like I mentioned, you played for a bunch of different teams from 11 to 14, played in the CFL 15 to 17. Obviously, you're still very involved with the National Football League. Just talk about your time playing in the league because, again, you obviously made an impact. I know we talked before it didn't go exactly the way you wanted, but I think it's just interesting to hear from guys that played in the league because people don't understand how much of a business it is, how much that factors into it. But I'm sure you had some great experiences along the way as well. And I would say you definitely proved that you belonged at that level. But from going to the NFL, CFL, and now working, alongside, I would say, working with the NFL in some capacity, not necessarily directly with them, but still talking NFL football, just kind of overall talk about your experience with professional football.
It was one of the greatest experiences of my life. Now, as a kid, you dream of being the franchise player, being a first-round draft pick. But as you get older, you realize like how difficult it is just to be a professional athlete. Mm-hmm. And with me having that opportunity, there were some things I wish I could do again. And what I mean by that is maybe when I was in Green Bay, I wish I would have stuck it out. Unfortunately, I got pissed off because they wanted to practice squad me instead of putting me on the active roster. And literally, the only thing I had to do was just wait my time. Like if I just would have waited, I would have got to play with arguably the best quarterback of all time. I would have got to play with the GOAT. And with me making some personal decisions, I don't blame anyone else. I just blame myself. It was just a maturation stage of learning like how the business works in the NFL. Like there were times where I was better than a first or second round draft pick, but that makes the team look bad if undrafted. There was a situation in Cleveland. Josh Gordon was our guy. He was our stud. And I used to help line Josh Gordon up. Like, Josh couldn't get out of the huddle. Well, I used to talk to him like, hey, Josh, go here, go there. So, but what that ended up teaching me was that there are other things in football that I can still benefit from. Like, I was able to learn many playbooks in a short amount of time and to understand how the game go, as well as create relationships that'll last a lifetime. And now with me being on air, I can always go back to those memories or those, those conversations I've had with people, and it brings it right to light. So, the NFL is a business, and I wish everyone well when they come to the league, because something that's guaranteed is they're going to ask you to leave. There are two guarantees of bonus, or three things. Your signing bonus, you're going to get hurt, and they're going to ask you to leave. So, I wish for everyone that gets that shot, make as much money as you can and take care of your chicken, like Marshawn Lynch said, and retire and get into TV, man, because life is good, man. I'm 33 years old and retired. I don't call doing TV and podcast and radio work. I don't call it work. I mean, I'm going to talk about sports regardless, but I'm actually getting paid for this, and that's something that, it's a blessing, and I don't take for granted. I make sure I wake up 5 o'clock every morning. I literally watch every NFL game. A lot of people think I just talk out the side of my neck, but I put in as many hours as I did as being a player of being on top of my stuff, what I'm talking about. And I get to have a conversation with you during the week.
Absolutely.